Hello and welcome to ASP.NET MVC Quick Start. So this course is going to be a quick overview of how you work with ASP.NET in the MVC framework. We're also going to talk about a little bit about how you can work with models, views, and controllers, and we're going to show all of that. We're going to wire it up with a database, and it's going to be using the Entity Framework and Code First migrations. And it's basically going to take you from start to finish to create a CRUD application where we can manage contacts. And we'll even show you how to deploy to the web using App Harbor and be able to have a public-facing website without having to pay basically any money. So I just want to walk you through real quick what we will be covering in the course, and so you can get a general idea of what you will and won't learn as we complete the course together. So we're going to go ahead and take it from the ground up. We'll get you started with Visual Studio 2015 Community. We'll use that to be able to do our coding and build the application. We're going to go through some setup and configuration, change some stuff around, get the JavaScript libraries we need. We're going to show data tables, which is pretty awesome. And then we're going to fix that all up and get that working. And what we'll do is then have a brief section on source control to use Git on Windows. And for that, what you can do is then use that to deploy to Bitbucket and link that to App Harbor. And we'll do all of that so you can see how you can get some continuous deployment going on where you basically check your code changes in and it deploys out to your public-facing web. We'll talk about authentication. We'll use Facebook to create our accounts. We'll also have a native account built in on our web. And we'll then talk about the model for our contact, the views and controllers we need in order to control the flow of our application, the routing, and then be able to render that stuff on the web. We'll then do some database work and do a little bit with seeding and migrations in the Entity Framework. And finally, we'll finish up by making our application worthy to be public by doing some changes on the UI. We'll have different changes in order to make our page render data tables for our contacts, and all of this will come together when we talk about what the purpose of this application is. Now we'll do that in the next lesson. But finally, what we'll do at the end is we'll go ahead and complete the study, and we will have a brief section on what we could have done to make things better, what the next steps for you should be as a learner, wrap up the course together, and talk about some other options. Now, what I want to make clear before you take this course is that this course is going to be a whirlwind tour of ASP.NET MVC. Now this means that there will be things that you may not understand, and you might just have to trust me to get things to work correctly, and that's okay. We'll have plenty of examples to show exactly the steps you need to get up and running and create this. And then at the end, like we said, we have this section where we'll talk a little bit about what we should do next, and perhaps some of that will be find the sections in this course that you didn't really know enough detail about and find some courses on those sections. Perhaps you need to learn more about jQuery UI if you like that. Perhaps you'd like to learn more about JavaScript in general if you didn't quite understand how we used jQuery data tables and jQuery UI. Perhaps you would like to dig into Bootstrap, the framework that allows us to make responsive websites. All of these are easily searchable to find courses that you could take to further your skills, and we'll talk about that as we wrap up the course as well. So hopefully you've decided to take the course. My name is Brian, I'll be your instructor, and I have plenty of instruction experience for online computer science courses and a few courses here on Udemy as well that you could check out. But with that, let's go ahead and get started with the next video. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.